the World Championships are coming a whole lot sooner than anybody thought. And with that in mind, the men's short sprints. Hey, it comes down to the 100, and we now know that Kenny Bednarek is America's new champion. If that is true, and we saw what Kishane Thompson has already done, we've seen what Oblique Seville has already done. We even saw what Brian Lavelle did, even though it didn't necessarily count. Not because the time doesn't count, because he won't be running that world in that event, at least not up until now. So we've got Kenny and Noah on one end, and the men from Jamaica on the other. There's other players, and trust me, we'll get to them in a moment. But it's starting to look like Jamaica versus USA once again. So where is this train taking us? Because it does look like at some point there's going to be a collision.
Yes, it's coming head to head, and I think it's USA versus Jamaica. I think for me, the conversation starts with Noah versus Kishane. And yes, so, like you said, Kenny B, USA champion. He ran 9.79. Get to that in a second. Even Oblique Seville, he beat out Noah Lyles at the London Diamond League. But considering what Noah Lyles did last year to win the gold medal at the Olympic Games, and he's the defending world champion from 2023, I think he's a guy that everyone is trying to chase right now. But then you also have Kishane, who got the silver medal last year at the Olympic Games. He had the world lead last year, and he has the world lead right now, 9.75, a time we literally have not seen since Usain Bolt was running. Like, no one currently active has been able to run that fast. So that puts him in a different level of conversation as well. So I think those two are in the driver's seat as like, all right, everyone is currently chasing them. And we've seen, Noah, he had some injuries earlier this year. He's run 200 races, one at the London Diamond League, ran 10 flat. USA's, he ran the first round, dropped out because he had the wild card. He ran 10.05. But Kishane, he won
that heat for the record.
He did win that heat, exactly. So he's there. Kishane, he has run 9.75. He's beat out all the Jamaicans. He's even beat out a good amount of Americans this year, including, some who are going to the World Championships. So I think those two are the guys who are in a collision course of like, can either of them, Noah, can he maintain his title in the 100? Or can Kishane step it up and get the gold medal that everyone says he is supposed to have? And then I feel like everyone else kind of comes into the conversation after that. And just to be clear, the other guys are in the conversation. Like, other guys can win gold. But in my mind, I feel like those two are the guys that everyone is chasing.
Yeah. Well, let's say it this way. If Kishane is going to lose, then it's going to be to Noah. That's how I'm going to say it. I don't think anybody else is capable of taking him out like that. So, let's say if. I could be wrong, but I doubt it.
Anything can happen.
So if that's the case, then let's start the conversation there, Kishane versus Noah, because I see it as a tale of two different race plans. And the reason why Kishane can be a favorite, if you want to call him one, is because he's supposed to be able to blow the field away. But I said supposed to, because at the end of the day, people be talking about Kishane's races as if they happened already when they haven't. Like 9.75 happened. But y'all be talking like 9.65 already happened.
I know.
And it didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, so maybe he will run 9.69, 9.70, 9.71, legal. Like, this might happen. But then again, it might not. Like, maybe, let's just use last year as an example. 9.77. Oh, he got more in the tank. Well, guess what? That was the end. That's what we saw.
That was
the clip. Like, that was the edge. That was the edge of what was there. So at this point, all I know is 9.75 is the edge. I'm gonna use last year's mathematical calculator in order for a moment. This is Coach Rob's calculator, the one up here. At 9.75, I'm gonna reduce that thing to 9.77. That's the final quality race we're gonna get. All other things assumed, generic win factors and so on. I'm assuming 9.77 is what you're gonna see. Now, I could get new data. However, and a lot of that new data will come based on what these next races are going to look like.
Yeah.
Because he's going to run,
a couple Diamond Leagues. Silesia in Poland, and then also Lausanne.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if that's the case, then maybe that'll change my mind. And it's not so much about the clock. I want to see how the field looks next to him. Because if I still watching them gallop on him in the back part, because that's what Prefontaine was. They was coming. They were coming. When you win a race by 600th of a second, and you see where Zharnel was to where he finished.
Yeah.
I mean, who are you more scared? Who are you more afraid of? Zharnel Hughes or Noah Lyles?
Well, obviously Noah.
In a world final, who are you more afraid of?
Obviously Noah by far.
And if Zharnel Hughes can do that, I think Noah can get that extra 600s.
So that's the thing I look at, because essentially Kishane knows what happened to him last year, where Noah Lyles was out of it from the blocks. Like, when I say out of it, like, he was not in contention from the blocks, while Kishane was all the way up there with, Fred Curley and Akani, and all of them were like up there. He got ran down. I feel like Kishane has learned from that, or at least right now he's still learning from that. And we're about to see him go against Noah at a couple Diamond Leagues to get that experience. Now, like you said, data, we're going to get that data. That's probably going to change, how we look at the field. But I think Kishane is looking at, okay, I know that Noah is coming. I'm going to get out the blocks before him, but I know Noah is coming behind me. He's preparing to make sure he can hold him off to the best of his ability. But on the flip side, Noah also realizes, I know I may not be able to get out as fast, but what am I doing in the next, from 30 all the way to 100 to make sure I can do the best I can, or whatever it is,
Who do you think is going to benefit more, though, from these Diamond League races, Noah or Kishane?
I think Noah. And I think really, because he hasn't, like, he didn't have a season yet, right? Like, he was injured all year. So him racing himself, not only is Noah going to be racing himself into shape, but he's already kind of like in shape. Like, I know we're talking about the 100, but you don't run 19.6 if you're not in some good form. Like, yes, I know he ran 10 flat at the London Diamond League and whatever, but like, he is in shape. He is ready. So, and now as he gets more races, he's going to get better and better. And the thing I think about Noah is that he does not have to be the fastest in the field. And I don't think he ever will be the fastest in the field, but he knows how to control a race where it's almost like people respond to him rather than like other people running their own race. They're thinking about Noah as opposed to like them thinking about what they need to execute.
Well, that's why I agree with you. I think it is that Noah's going to get, but I'm thinking specifically on this matchup, Noah Kishane, that Noah will benefit more, because Kishane, the only preparation he can have is that he has to fix something that has nothing to do with Noah. Just being real.
Yeah.
It's not a Noah problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, Noah is stalking his prey and Kishane is the prey in this situation. That's literally how he has to run that race to win. And he can see him, in theory. Whereas Kishane, his problem has been consistent. It wasn't just Noah. Akani did it to him, and Zharnel Hughes just didn't have the ability to go get him. Right? This is what happened. Where he gets out, he's free and clear of the field. You're running strong, you're running confident, and then he starts having that neuromuscular fatigue breakdown. This is what it actually is. This is for all the people who want to run away with all these PRs talking about what you're going to do. The thing is, it's neuromuscular fatigue. So the only way that he can fix that is, even in training, he has to train himself to do it right while tired. Like, when everything is failing at that point. And now he has to do it right while tired, with them coming to get him. Who he got in practice is going to come to get him. You feel me? Like, how do you simulate that? You seem like it's not an easy thing to train to fix that last 20. It doesn't, like, you could say it takes reps, but like, when he goes out and has a race where he blows him out, that did nothing for my race model. Noah can run every single round the same way, as far as like practicing the race model, because he's always stalking his prey. He'll just catch him a little sooner.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like he can technically run that race the same way, whereas Kishane has to race a ghost. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause like he can't feel it, he can't see it. The only time he's gonna feel it is gonna be at the last possible moment, like out of nowhere. And the hope is that I don't think his race model is that. You see what I'm saying? I don't think his race model is, when they come, I'm gonna hold it together. His race model is, I'm gonna hold it together and they won't come. You see what I'm saying? By the time he's feeling the footsteps, it's too late. That's what I'm trying to say. If he's hearing and feeling it, it's too late. He needs to be in a position where he's not hearing and feeling it. And that's why everybody's on the Kishane bandwagon, because he might be that. He might be able to not hear the footsteps and it won't matter. Because if he goes 971, I would say it won't matter. It won't matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would actually love to be wrong because I want to see people run faster. But I actually think if he runs in the same range, like 975, 974, I actually don't think it would matter. Because I'm not sure, and it's to the point where I feel like Noah doesn't necessarily have to run as fast to control a race. But I feel like if Kishane is able to get to this 974, 975 consistently, I'm not 100% sure Noah can get to that realm, just based on what I've seen. Now, I don't know. So, yeah, I guess that is why even me, like I still have Kishane as like my like prohibitive favorite for the gold, because I can see him reaching a level that other athletes just can't reach at the moment. And it's still a question mark on if he'll do it in that final. But going based off what I've seen and going based on the fact that he's healthy and running consistently on the circuit this year, like he's raced against Akani and seen what Akani can do. He's about to race against, Noah and see what he can do. So he's raced against Zharnel and Trayvon. So I feel like he's just gathering more to make sure he's prepared for that final in Tokyo.
Yeah. So. But here's the thing, racing Noah in London ain't racing Noah in that final. That's the difference. He goes through a metamorphosis over the course of a season. Then that's what you talk about him not needing to be the fastest, because people, I've seen it in the comments, kind of like, oh, he lost this race against Oblique. He lost Oblique last year. Like it's not even that. And then like you can talk about the margins, but like the way that Noah runs and the way that he kind of moves through his season, he can lose races in the 100 specifically, and still get you at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else need to get him then, because he's not ready. Like he's vulnerable earlier in the year in ways that he won't be later. It's just like, it almost feel like Dragon Ball Z. Like this man about to go Super Saiyan.
No.
You feel me? Like
it is crazy.
It's like right now you just fighting Goku. You ain't fighting Super Saiyan Goku yet.
I know, it's
that's
crazy.
Gonna come out when you get to the final. And shoot, he went Super Saiyan last year. He might go Super Saiyan 2.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like there might be another rung. So that's why, like, that's just my logic on like,
yeah, the
final is gonna be a different animal than whatever these races are.
So do you think? What do you think? I don't know. Do you feel like Noah has a ceiling? Like, do you imagine Noah running? Do you think he could run like 974?
No.
So then
I said that with a straight face. No.
I know he said that quick. So then at that point, the thought process is, I guess you said at the top, where it's like you're expecting Kishane to drop back. Like you're expecting him essentially to not perform to the best of his ability in that final.
We keep saying his ability is something we ain't seen. That's the problem.
Well, like his 975, like we're expecting him to replicate.
That's a good example. Let's use that number. I'm pulling this based off of Coach Rob logic. Y'all ain't gotta like it. Coach Rob my Coach Rob logic is as follows. If 976 is the line that literally no human being had been able to pass since Kishane from 2016, 2017 till now, then I do believe Noah can give you 976. If we just want to go clock and forget about, like, assume, I'll call them generic win factors, 1-0 win.
Yeah.
I think he can give you 976. I'm expecting that Kishane's going to give me at least 977 in that final. I'm using last year's calculator. Slight drop back from what his best, Jamaican trials final race was, because I don't expect him to run new PRs in the Diamond League. I don't see that coming, because I'm using the logic of what we saw. Granted, he didn't run as many races, but I'm saying I don't think that's his goal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's coming there and say, I'm about to go run 970 today, because I don't think that's how his coach is moving it. So as a result, he's going to try to go off like a bomb at the Worlds in the final. That's what he's going to attempt to do. It may or may not work, because in the Olympic final, it didn't work. So for that reason, if Noah can go 976, this is how people can come back to this video, or they can watch a new one and they can put comments on it. If you want to hear a take, and I might edit it, but as of today, I believe what I'm saying. 976, 977. I think those are the final results we're getting if we get a 1-0 win or something close to it. And it's going to be Noah 976, Kishane 977. I said it. But all Kishane has to do, I'm not changing the pick. I'm just putting why I would be wrong. I would be wrong if he can just show us I can go faster. If he goes 9-7, it might be 975, 976 Kishane because Noah doesn't quite get him. It might be 974, 973, 972, 971. It's not going to be more than 600ths of a second. I'm using the Zharnel Hughes logic. It won't be more than 600ths. That'll be him to the field. It could be 971, 977, 971, 976. You see what I'm saying? But it really, like, I don't think he's going to put more than 600ths on the rest of the field on whoever is actually next to him when it's like behind him when it's all done if he wins. That's why when people start talking crazy about 9.6, get that out of your mind. Like that guy doesn't run track anymore. Like if you want to see Usain Bolt run that, you need to go play a highlight because he ain't gonna do it now. You see what I'm saying? Like you have the best play. That's the only way we're gonna get to experience that. So I mean, hey, am I crazy for this? Probably.
It's not crazy. I can follow that logic. I guess I'm just thinking that based on the fact that Kishane Thompson won the silver medal by thousandths of a second at his first ever championship. Like that was only the second time that he ever ran 3 rounds in his life. Maybe he did it when he was, a junior or something, but like he was able to do that. And now he's healthy. He's running. Not only is he running more races, but he's running races against the guys who are going to be his top competitors when we get to the World Championships. And so he's giving me more reasons to say, okay, he's going to be able to show up and do a little bit better, if not remain equal to what he did at Jamaican Trials when we do get to Tokyo. That's like what I'm thinking. Even right after, like barely a week after Jamaican Trials, he went to Prefontaine. He ran 9.85, so not as fast, but again, 1 week later, all kinds of things, a little bit of drop off. So I feel like there's aspects that, like, I can imagine a world where Kishane runs 9.74 and Noah runs 9.76. Right? I can imagine that world.
You just have to go faster than 9.76 to have it in the bag to me. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
And
so, I don't know.
But he has to do it in the final.
And
specifically. So before we close, then we got to say this. Where do Kenny Bednarek and Oblique Seville fit in this?
So I'll start with Oblique Seville because Oblique Seville is so tricky because every year he runs extremely fast at some point during the year. And even when we get to the global championships, like he runs very fast, but he doesn't deliver in that final. Now, I know last year he got injured in the final. He still ran 9.91. Like you don't just get injured and run 9.91 without being extremely talented. But in previous years, he hasn't been able to deliver. I think I'm not ready. I want to see how, like, what he does on the circuit for the rest of the, before we get to Tokyo. Before I'm like 100% confident that he's going to get on the podium. We all know he has a talent too. You don't run 9.8s as consistently as he does without the talent to get on the podium. But will he actually do it? I'm not sure yet. That's at least what I think about Oblique.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not mad at the take. I mean, I feel like if there ever was a year for Oblique to get a medal, this is it.
Yeah.
But gold ain't the color. Not in the Kishane Noah world. I don't think that's the color. I mean, yes, he beat Noah in London, but that was just regular Goku. Like that wasn't the Super Saiyan version. Like we not here yet. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just what past history tells me. So for that reason, I would say, because I think another way to say it is, I think where Oblique is at this point, or roughly around this time in the year, going toward the championship, is very similar to where he was last year. I think where Noah was when they faced off is not roughly similar to where he was in the 100 at the prior year. That's why the gap was larger.
Of course.
I don't think the gap was because Oblique is that much better. It's because Noah was worse in that moment. But that was like by design. My first 100. See, what Noah did, which is unique, is he decided to like just basically open his season going for the big guns.
Yeah,
you know,
literally.
Every race was just a real race. There were no warm-up races. So like Yeah, I think this is the year. But then when you say Oblique versus Kenny, I see them in the same boat where if there was a year to get a medal, this is the year. I just don't think that medal's going to be gold. And truth be told, well, I think with Kenny it's kind of hard because I think I have no evidence to believe that when put under pressure, when put under pressure, he'll hold it together, like to keep somebody off of him who's coming with all the firepower and what they got. That's why you kind of put him in the mix in this type of a race, but not at the top of it. Because in Grand Slam, he was just running away. I mean, okay, fine. He got that Jamaica race, but like nobody was themselves yet. Everybody was starting. From that point on, he just kind of ran away from fields and then finally got a field at USA's, and that field couldn't run with him in the first half. Like the first 80, they couldn't run with him, but then they came.
Yeah,
they almost got him.
Came close.
They almost got him, and with his strength through a 200, they shouldn't have came and got him.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Because no disrespect, Courtney Lindsay and T. Martha McCallum, I am not seeing them as medal contenders.
Yeah. I'm not. They're not in my. Yeah, they're not in my conversation. Just
They're
coming off of
USA's. No.
Yeah, it's tricky. I would say so. Even though like Noah, Kishane, I see them as like the top two. I actually do think that Oblique, Kenny, and even Akani Simbine, I actually see them as challengers for gold as well. Now, that is not
against
to say
Kishane.
Yeah, so yeah, Kishane is like my gold medal favorite with Noah just behind. But I think everyone else, like it would not surprise me if Oblique, Kenny, or Akani actually did win gold. I actually think they can. Now, that of course would hinge on like Kishane not necessarily performing as well, Noah not performing as well. But it's not far-fetched for me because even though like, you know, Kenny had I think it was like plus 1.8 win to run at 9.97. For me, once you run 9.7, 9.80 or 9.81, like you're in the conversation because at that point it does get pretty close. Now, Noah has way more, you know, experience of like running people down. Kishane has way more just like pure talent. But there's a world for me where Kenny, Oblique, and Akani can definitely win a gold medal. But I'm not picking them for gold.
Yeah, see, I don't know where that world is. Like, I thought about it and I was thinking like Space Jam. I'm like, where is this world? Like, like I again, I'm living in the world where they are competing for a medal, most likely bronze. Like any one of them getting bronze this year just makes sense. But
yeah,
and again, you know, could Noah end up off the podium? It's still hard for me to say that because I'm saying
I agree.
You wouldn't be saying it based off of real evidence of like races run in the past 2 years.
Exactly.
You'd be saying it in championships. You would be saying it because you just all of a sudden think something about to fall apart.
Yeah, you'd have to think he's getting probably injured or something. Something is happening.
Because the real question is who's coming to get him.
Yeah.
Like, you think Akani's gonna come get him? Like, you really think he's coming to get Noah in that final? I don't see that. He'll run with him. He'll go with the pace. I don't see him going and getting him. You know what I mean? Like, not the way he's gonna go. So, but again, I had to ask, like, where do they factor in? Because they're the two names that are, I think, at the top of the pile. I think Akani is.
You think Akani is below them?
I mean, he was so competitive earlier in the year, but that was earlier in the year. We're about to see whatever his final form is in a moment. But
yeah, I mean, I actually feel like, and again, I said essentially all five of them, like Kishane, Noah, Akani, Oblique, Kenny, like I can imagine any of them winning gold, but Kishane, Noah, I feel like they're a step ahead of the field. I actually could argue that Akani is like a step ahead of Kenny because he just has more consistency over 100 meters and against the top guys, like day in, day out on the circuit, where I've seen Akani beat Kishane. Now, it's different than what we saw.
That's true. I'll give you that.
In terms of Kishane, you know, but I value that level of like, okay, I've run this guy down. Like, I've run this guy down.
That's important.
So, you know, that's what I think about. Yeah, that's kind of what and even again, Akani, not like the best of the bunch, but like Oblique Seville has never beat Kishane. There's very few people who have beaten Kishane Thompson. Again, I know it wasn't the same Kishane that we're seeing now, but that means something to me. That means a little bit to me.
I'll give you that. That's not for nothing. I'm not. That's not for nothing. I mean, well, I gotta, leave it here. Is there anyone who we didn't say? A name we just didn't say yet? Because, like I said, the Americans, the other ones we're bringing to the party. I'm sorry. Y'all might make the final. I just don't think the podium is what we're discussing.
Yeah, and they can. Surprises can happen for sure, and they're talented. But I don't think we're banking on Courtney Lindsay or T. Mars McCallum getting a medal at this point, based on what we've seen. I would say, I think the two people we have to shout out are Zharnel Hughes and Letsile Tebogo, because they literally got medals last time. Like, they literally got on the podium. Letsile got the silver, Zharnel got the bronze. Now, it's a different landscape, and specifically even in the 100 with Letsile, he hasn't been looking great. But to your point of what we saw from Zharnel, he was coming in that Prefontaine race, and he's done pretty consistent through the year. So those are the only two guys now.
He's the one. More than Letsile, if I'm going off of what I've seen, Zharnel is, because it looked like 2024 was a down year for him based on a lot of factors. Yeah. So it's like, unfortunately, you didn't really get to witness him running like himself. Yeah. And that's what this year he's looking more like that 2023 guy again, and then taking strides. So again, gold is not in the discussion, but I'd say, could he sneak in there for bronze? I think that's fair. Amidst this whole field, he could sneak back in there and get it. And I think that's exactly what it would be. He'd have to go get it and snatch it up, because technically he beat Oblique already, 2023, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, Kenny wasn't even there at that point. So, that's the men's 100 as of now. But we still have the two men at the top of this pile. Yeah. And everybody knows that. I mean, I think Kishane, the difference is the beast that he is. We've already seen, that lion roar. Like, we've already seen that. You've already heard the reverberations. It's just like, okay, what's going to happen when he stepped back? Whereas Noah, he the thing is, until you see Super Saiyan, I'm going to return back to that regression line for now. It's hard to express, because he's now shown us year to year that's what it is. Remember, 2023, when he wins the world in the 100, he opened that season losing to a high school kid. It's true. So that's why at that point, you got to say, you know what? We can't necessarily judge these races the same way, because it's clear that your season doesn't go like that. Oh, no, at all. And let's see to some degree as well. We've just seen Letsile has been tricky, because he's run very frequently. He just hasn't, been shown up. But he's, we can never like completely count him out. But I think he's right now, same conversation as like a Zharnel, where it's like, he's challenging for a bronze medal. And similar like with all the other guys behind Noah and Kishane, top of the bunch, and then everyone else is kind of like fighting it out behind them. I think that some of those guys can still challenge for gold, but I'm not picking any of them for gold at the moment. That's what I'd say. Hey, I don't think that, but you're allowed to. Hey, that's the. I mean, at least for the rest of the crowd, because you said challenge them for gold. Hey, there's two other spots on the podium they can challenge for. I don't think gold is one of them. Well, I mean, probably not. If you're saying it's Noah Kishane, then there's one spot on the podium they can challenge. Yeah, but I could see a world in which, things go wrong for Noah, and I don't think this is the world will be in, but I think it's possible he can end up sliding off of the podium more than Kishane. Oh, wow. I don't think he will. It's just for what their race model, go back to the Olympic final, for what those race models are. You see what I'm saying? Like, for how they move. That's why I'm not saying it's a lock in step 1-2. I think for Kishane, the only way I see him losing is getting silver. That's so interesting. It's crazy because sort of like it's like Noah has a target that goes on the guy who's at the top of that list, and he's now running for the target. You see what I'm saying? And as a result, he may or may not hit it, but history says there's a good percentage chance he'll hit it. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's like, because the thing is, we won't know it till we see it. That's the Noah Lyles experience. He be winning 100-meter finals, and it don't be feeling like he gonna win till he win. And anybody who lies, that's why you can't. I mean, I've seen the movie before. I've seen this movie, so by the time you get to Fast and Furious 5, you kind of know what's gonna happen. But at the same time, like, the movie still has that same tension in it. Whereas Kishane, he's trying to put his foot on your neck. He wants to end this race before it even begins.
Yeah.
He's trying to break your spirit to the point where you don't even keep running, where you just let him have the gold. That's a different race model. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not true. What this is, and that's why it's. I'm just saying, if we're talking about like reality, how would it go? But that's why. Again, but gold though, I think only Noah could take him off of that spot.
Yeah, I don't know.
What I'm trying to say. I don't think anyone else could go get him.
Probably. I guess it's even though I have Kishane as the gold medal favorite, it's actually harder for me to see a world where Noah is not on the podium. Even though, like, I think you broke it down pretty well, but like, I just think Noah, championship setting, Noah is the guy. And it's hard, anything can happen, but I find it hard to not see Noah on that podium in some one way or another. I don't know, it's tricky. I'm trying to like, and it's almost like I can't see Kishane and Noah off the podium, but I could see Kishane off the podium before I see Noah off the podium, in a sense.
I can't. I know why. It's crazy. We're coming from two different angles.
I know.
But my angle is like that. Kishane is he's gonna drop a bomb. Nobody else can go at this pace, and y'all gonna have to deal with it. The thing is, okay, let's just play this out. Let's say that Kishane does come and drop a bomb. Let's say that he does give you 974. That's a bomb in the grand scheme of sprinting for what the world is now. Whether people like it or not, you're gonna have to accept it. So if he goes 974 with a plus 0.5, that's what happens. Who's gonna get rattled? A lot of people in that race will get rattled because they can't go with the pace. Noah's the only one who won't get rattled because his whole race model this year has been, I'm running for the target.
I agree.
That's why when he's out, he's like, well, everybody's out when I do my thing. So I'm not going to get phased. But for the people who are like, I get off the block, and then he leaves you, and you're like you think a little bit, because it's like, this race isn't going well at 40, whereas Noah, he still thinks he has a shot at 40.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. And that's why I think if Kishane executes anything close to what he's supposed to, he will mess up everybody else who ain't Noah. Because his race model is Kishane proof. It just doesn't mean he can beat him. It just means that it's not, because in sprinting you are there is a gamesmanship of who's around you, and that's the whole controlling the race. And Noah's the only one who's more or less that won't affect him. You just got to outrun him. Everybody else will be affected. Trust me. You a starter and you dependent on that, and Kishane go get you in the 4th, 50, you gonna be pretty depressed. You gonna keep running, but at the same time, you will already know. All right, well, let's see if we can get silver. That's Noah's coming. You see what I'm saying? Like, so now it's a double hit of like, he left, he's coming.
Yeah.
And Noah's just like, run the race.
That's true.
At 30, he's like, the race is going how we thought it would.
Yeah, it's working out for me. Yeah. But that's why I could see it where it's like, Noah, I can't see him off the podium because everything is essentially working out how he thinks. He doesn't need to, like, the baseline is that he's going to be in the back. Like, that's the baseline. He's either going to be in the back or he's going to be right along with people. That's the baseline. But Kishane, again, I've seen him lose to Noah. I've seen him lose to Akani. Like, I've seen him get run down. So there's a world where he does break down in the second half. But
But
that's why I'm like,
loss, though, although it means something to try to be as, you know, clean or consistent with my logic across the board. The Akani loss to me is, for all the people who said it was the season opener and so on, I'll say, okay, fine. If that's what y'all want to say, and we can apply that logic to Noah, we'll apply it to him. That you didn't get him in his final, anything close to his final form yet.
Yeah.
Like the 975 to me is, okay, maybe this is, I don't even know why I'm doing all this Dragon Ball Z stuff. maybe he's Vegeta. You feel me? Like maybe that's what that is. And he's giving you that, Super Saiyan energy, on that end. Like that's what the 975 is telling you. I'm about to do something y'all can't do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But he wasn't running as that yet.
Yeah, of course.
So that's why I say it's a little bit different. But
at the
end of the day, we got to see how this race actually plays out. And we've still got some real days between now and then for things to change. But one thing ain't going to change, that everybody knows who the targets are.
Yep. That's that. Kishane Thompson, Noah Lyles. Those are the targets right now, and then everyone else. My name is Anderson from The Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from The Finish Line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.